often ask me, how can I manage those conversations around the barbecue or the dinner table when someone is saying there's no point acting on climate change, nothing does any good, or making comments that are objectionable or racist? What am I supposed to do in that context that doesn't turn into an incredibly divisive encounter that leaves both people angry? The first thing you need to do is manage your expectations. The central problem that's created the divide around the environment or some issues of like race is problems of trust. That person may trust different people than you do, and they probably don't trust you and take you as an authority on what's moral and what's right. So you need to manage your expectations. You're not necessarily going to change their mind. So here's what you can do. First, you can disagree respectfully and warmly. You should have an understanding of the ethical and practical importance of showing respect. Ethically, it's the right thing to do, no matter what their views are, to respect them as a person. We can debate that, but that's what I think. But on a practical level, every time you disrespect someone, you decrease the likelihood that they'll accept your views. There's plenty of research in psychology to show that stigmatizing and shaming doesn't help to convince someone or change their mind. It actually decreases the likelihood that they're going to take action and increases their commitment psychologically to where they were when you attacked them. So we don't want to trigger defensiveness. We can show respect, warmly disagree. But having said that, we'll take a step backward. Before you engage that with respectful disagreement, it's really valuable and positive to ask a lot of questions. Why? What made you think that? When did you start thinking that? Now try to manage your tone so that it's not sarcastic, snippy, and demeaning. So genuinely be in a mindset of seeking to learn. Who do they trust? Understand their networks. Where'd they get that info from? And then share a personal story if you can, rather than any facts. So you could say, I first became aware of the climate issues when I started to see the rainforest drying out. I love hiking, and I started to see the rainforest was actually disappearing in the area that I go. So sharing that personal story gives facts in a way that other people will be prepared to relate to and be positive towards, whereas barraging them with statistics usually doesn't work. And I say that despite the fact that I am a stats prof and I love statistics. It's not that numbers aren't awesome, they are, but they don't persuade people in the way that they should. Sharing a personal story also gives you the opportunity to look someone in the eye and be non-defensive and warm towards them. That's the opportunity that you have to help them to see where you're coming from. And then walk away knowing that you've left a seed in the ground. It's not that you're hoping to see the flower bloom in front of you, that would be unrealistic, but that you have planted that seed and that over time, building the relationship of trust, you and others like you have the potential to be persuasive. To summarize what I've just said, I'm going to share with you a terrible acronym, MADSL. Manage your expectations, ask questions, disagree respectfully, share a personal story, and then leave. You've done your job. And at that point, the family barbecue is over and no one's ruined their relationships.